Hey guys, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2 of the minigame only Hardcore Ironman, the account where I obtain items and experience through minigames. The goal this season is to defeat the Corrupted Gauntlet, so my main goal for now is to work on the quest requirements for Song of the Elves. Last episode when we left off, I was working on the first of those requirements, which is 70 mining, and to do this I will be training using the Volcanic Mine, which has a 150 kudos requirement. And last episode, we got all the kudos required except for the last 10, which I will be getting from the mini-quest Curse of the Empty Lord. To do that, I need to first get a Ring of Visibility from the Desert Treasure quest, which requires me to complete the Troll Stronghold, the Waterfall quest, Tourist Trap, and Death Plateau. So today I'll start working on those requirements. The first one I decided to work on is Death Plateau. And for this quest, the only thing I need is 10 bread and 10 trout, which sounds easy enough at first, but it's actually a bit harder than it sounds. I can get bread if I get 33 construction by searching an oak larder in my house for pots of flour, and I have tons of planks from Eclectic Impling, so that's not an issue. But the only way I can actually get trout is from Easy Clues. The Warriors Guild food shop does sell them, but it's a bit of a gray area on if that shop is part of the minigame or not, so I decided to do it with Easy Clues. Plus, the quest reward is quite good. It's 2 strength bonus from climbing boots, which will be my best boots for a while, so I might as well earn it. So now it's a 1 in 12 chance to get trouts from Easy Clues, and I get anywhere from 6 to 10. So on average, I'm going to need to do 24 Easy Clues to get my trouts for this quest, which means I'm going to need to catch about 600 gourmet implings, and that's why I'm in Lost City right now. I'm actually going to go catch some gourmet implings. So I'll be catching 600 gourmet implings and doing all the clues from them, and yeah, hopefully that's enough to get all the trout I need. Let's get started. And by the way, I do know that the sound quality is not the best. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that at the moment, but I do have a new mic that I just ordered online, so hopefully that will be getting rectified soon enough. But actually what I just did right now was I bought a bunch of jar generators to get 1,000 impling jars so that I could grind a bunch of implings, and I just finished up 600 gourmet implings. So I'm actually going to start opening these, and I'm just going to do all the clues, and after that's done I'm going to show you guys all the loot that I got from it. So while doing these easy clues, I actually did a small exception which I figured I would include in the video. So because a lot of these clues have 2 items in them that are basically unobtainable through minigames, those being leather boots and leather gloves, which I do actually need for a couple other things, including quests for unlocking other minigames. I did a little exception which seemed thematic enough just to allow these 2 items, which is basically there's a cow that spawns in this area, which is basically the minigame of Nightmare Zone. There's a cow in there, so I killed that cow for 2 cowhide, and I allowed myself to tan it with the tanner in the Ranging Guild because there's a minigame icon for the Ranging Guild. The Ranging Guild is a minigame, so this little exception, figured it's thematic enough to include it, and it's basically pretty impactless. It just means I have to drop less clues. So it seemed thematic enough, but I might as well include it to show you guys I was doing this. So yeah, I'll keep working on those clues. Alright, so I'm done with all of the easy clues. I still have 68 gourmet impling jars left, so it didn't take too many, and I actually got pretty lucky on clues because I did have to drop 4 of them while completing these. Yeah, I got a bit of food as well from the gourmet implings, so pretty good. But now, time that we've all been waiting for, time to open these caskets. So anything would be kind of cool, but I'm really just trying to get 10 trout. So that's the goal. Let's try to get 10 trout from these. This is the drop rate to get 10 trout from clues, so let's see what we get. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that during the grind, I actually there was only one item that I actually had to grind for, and it was an iron plate body. So I just needed to get a couple smithing levels with some ores that I already had. So not a big deal overall. The clues were all pretty smooth and easy. But yeah, let's see what we get. Alright, 1 new item. Alright, there we go. First trouts that I needed. I got 9 trouts, so we just need 1 more now. New item. 7 clues left, so hopefully we do get one more trout. That's all we need. Master clue that we probably won't be able to do, but let's just take a look. Sherlock. I'll take a look at this afterwards. Oh, let's go! 10 trout. Alright, perfect. So we got all the trouts that we needed, so now it means that all I need is 10 bread to start Death Plateau, which means I just need to train a bit of construction with the planks I've got in my bank. And then we can get started with that quest. I'm really looking forward to getting on with these quests. But alright, 4 more clues. Let's just see what we can get. It's a lot of Zamorak pages. Yeah, I'm gonna go take a look at Sherlock just to see what I get here, but then after that I'm gonna start working on construction. Alright, there we go. So just 6 contracts. I had a ton of planks, so it was pretty easy actually, so I'm done. I got the level, so now I can just go get pots of flour from my POH, make the 10 bread, and complete the Death Plateau quest. Actually, I kind of really enjoyed the Mahogany Homes grind, so I'm actually really looking forward to going forward and getting that 70 construction. I've got all the planks for it. But anyways, yeah, let's go get started with Death Plateau. Alright, so there we go. Death Plateau has been completed. I can drop this because I didn't deserve it, but the main thing that we just unlocked now is the climbing boots. So I'm probably just going to go do a little side grind at Last Man Standing, because you can actually get climbing boots from Last Man Standing, and those are going to be my best in slot boots for a while, so that's pretty exciting. One thing to note about the bread that I got is I can actually get unlimited flour from my POH to make bread, and it was sourced from minigames completely, but just the fact that getting unlimited pots of flour from there means that I can get unlimited cooking XP. I will not be using that to train cooking. This was only used because I needed the items to do the quest and I couldn't get bread anywhere else. I will be leveling up my cooking through another legitimate method. But for now, I'm going to go get my climbing boots from Last Man Standing, and then moving on to the next quest. Alright, and there we go, Troll Stronghold completed. I believe this also gives me access to the Law Altar. I don't know, because this is the only way I can access that is with this. I don't think this means I can actually ever use the Law Altar unless I go through the Abyss, which I think I have to unlock anyways because of that new rune crafting minigame. So anyways, access to the Law Altar has been unlocked and quest completed. No items were needed for this quest. And I did get my climbing boots from Last Man Standing. I actually got 20 of them for 1 point. Kind of an odd deal. But anyways, this quest is done, and then now I'm going to move on to the next one. Alright, and there we go. Waterfall quest completed. That means I just have one more quest to go until we can start Desert Treasure. And let's see, I got 2 diamonds, which we can drop, 2 gold bars, and these mithril seeds as well, which we can get rid of. Don't need this, don't need this, don't need that. Alright. And don't need that as well. So the next quest that I need to do is Tourist Trap, and I don't quite remember all of the items that are required, but I think the only thing that's going to cause an issue is the feathers, because I can only get them from Barbarian Assault, which means I'm probably going to have to go play a lot of Barbarian Assault right now to get a lot of points to do easy gambles. So I'll probably just stack up, I don't know, like, it's 1 in 32 from easy gambles to get the feathers, so I'll probably just play for a couple hours until I get bored. Or until I get tired of it, and then I'll just do a couple gambles. But anyways, when I've got a couple points stored up, then I will record another clip, so I will see you guys then. Alright, so I've got 15 easy gambles stored up. The drop rate for feathers is 1 in 32, so let's see if I can get a little lucky on some feathers here. Oh, let's go, feathers, 4th try. Wow, that's really, really good. I wasn't expecting to get that lucky. That's awesome, actually. Toad Flax, not very useful. Limpet Roots, I think I can make a couple potions with that. And Rune Medhelm, I don't know if I have one of those already or not. Yeah, I have a lot of them actually. But I'm really happy I got the feathers, and I got a pretty high roll, so I'll just try to make these last me as long as possible so I don't have to get that again. And actually now I have a lot of points left over that I can just use on a high gamble, so actually let's just see if we can get anything interesting. Crystal's not really useful. Also not really useful. Coins. Not the worst thing. And law runes. Actually, that I love to see because I'm getting a little short on law runes. But yeah, very happy I got the feathers, so that's really great actually. So now I can start the tourist trap quest, and I think I've got all the items for that, and then I think that means I have all the prerequisites for desert treasure afterwards, so that I can go do Curse of the Empty Lord. It's going to be a bit of a scary one because I do have to go in the wilderness, but again, I've mentioned it before, the hardcore status isn't that important to me. It's just the account in general, so if we do die during that quest, we will keep going. It's really about trying to unlock the gauntlet. So yeah, let's go do the tourist trap now. Alright, there we go. Tourist trap quest has been completed. So now that means that I've done all of the prerequisites for the desert treasure quest, and I have all of the skills ready for that. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to start desert treasure, and we don't actually need to kill any of the bosses or anything. We just need to get to the part where I get the Ring of Visibility, which is pretty early on in the quest. Once I've got that ring, then I can do Curse of the Empty Lord, and as for these quest items, I can get rid of all the ones that I obtained during the quest. Don't need any of these. Everything else I already had. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna go get started with desert treasure now. Alright, so I've gotten to the part in the quest where I'm supposed to bring all of the items to Eblis to start the part before getting all of the gems. So the only items that were actually hard to get were the molten glass, and the way I had to get them was by catching baby implings for the 1 in 100 seaweed, and I already had the sand. It took me almost 1,000 baby implings to get them, so it was a bit of a hunter experience. I think I actually got 61 hunter, which is pretty nice. Alright, let's hand over these items. And yeah, after I hand over these items, then all I need to do is get some lockpicks and open some chests for that cross, which I can trade for the Ring of Visibility, and that's all I'll have to do with this quest. After that I can do the Curse of the Empty Lord, so let's do that. Alright, unfortunately I am now out of lockpicks. I had 16. So that means I'm going to have to make another trip back to the Implings and try to get a bunch of lockpicks from young Implings. There are 1 in 10. It's not going to be the easiest with exactly the minimum thieving level. Yep, time to go grind some lockpicks. Hey, there we go. We finally got the Gilded Cross. I went back, got I think 17 more lockpicks, to maybe 200 young implings. There we go. We finally got the Gilded Cross. There we go. So I just need to bring this to Rasolo. He'll give me the Ring of Visibility, and then I can start the Curse of the Empty Lord. Exciting. Alright, so let's get that started. Alright, so I just hit 153 kudos, which means I now have access to the Volcanic Mine. I had help from a friend, Blake, so thank you very much to Blake for the protection in the wilderness. That helped me a lot, so I'm just going to drop those ghostly robes, and I'm going to hold on to the Ring of Visibility, because it does have a use in the Hallowed Sepulchre minigame. So yeah, I am done with the kudos. I've done all the quests, and nothing from Fossil Island or the relics. So now that I have 150 kudos, I've unlocked Volcanic Mine, which means I can start working on my first requirement for Song of the Elves, which is 70 mining. So I'm going to go to Volcanic Mine and start working on 70 mining, and hopefully I get also a decent chunk of ores for 70 smithing as well. So as you can see, this is not Volcanic Mine. I had to take a little bit of a detour, so what happened was I went to Volcanic Mine. I built the museum camp to gain access to the mini camp, or to the mini game, and then I needed to start finding teams. So I went to the Volcanic Mine official Discord, and they've got a bunch of requirements and things to read. So I spent a bit of time reading that, and basically realized that I'm both undergeared and underleveled, as well as undersupplied. Basically, I realized that with my adamant pickaxe being my best in slot until I can get a rune pickaxe from Hard Clues, and my very limited source of foods being like swordfish and tunas from gourmet implings, basically not having access to brews at all, and just having bad gear and very low HP means that it would be very hard for me to survive in the Volcanic Mine, and I would need a lot of food in the long run, which means one of two things. One, either I need to do Volcanic Mine with different teams, because the Discord will not let me join them if I'm undergeared or underleveled, or I need to play Volcanic Mine by myself by doing the point boosting method, which I don't know how good XP it is, but it's basically you go in, you check the vents, and whatever, and then you leave. You get like 300 points in a little time period, and then you get a bit of XP, so I might have to do that. And then if all else fails, I would have to just go back to the temple trekking tomes and get my ores a different way for smithing. But the way that I actually got here was I'm just getting my HP up to be able to survive the minigame, because regardless of if I do that minigame or not, I do need to get my stats up. My stats are pretty bad in terms of HP, defense, and attack for the Sins of the Father quest anyways, so I do need to get my stats a little bit higher anyways. But some things that I did on the way was I also got 57 magic, or 58 magic rather, from Mage Training Arena. I used a couple of runes that I had left over because I wanted to be able to enchant diamond jewelry, because it gives me access. I've got a lot of diamonds, and it gives me access to Phoenix necklaces, which can actually be a source of food, but also like a insurance plan in case I get comboed out of Volcanic Mine or something, or during a quest or whatever, as well as Ring of Life, so I felt like it was time to have some of those. Yeah, so I'm just going to be at Nightmare Zone. I don't know how long, because it's kind of put a bit of a stick in my plans. I really was hoping to just kind of do a couple days of Volcanic Mine and then be done with this requirement, get a bunch of ores. But I'm not sure how I'm going to do Volcanic Mine. I need to do a bit more thinking, and until I figure that out, I'm thinking I'll go for, I don't know, at least 70 defense, 70 HP, and then maybe more. I do need to eventually get 100 combat for pest control, so yeah, I do need to get my stats up anyways, so might as well do that for now. I figured while I'm here, I might as well give you guys a little rundown of how I'm actually doing this minigame, because I thought it was kind of an interesting approach that I took. So basically, because I have no way to reduce my hit points level, actually being able to last a long time in here is something that is one of the reasons why I didn't actually do Nightmare Zone for the longest time, because I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to survive for so long in this minigame and actually get points without wasting a bunch of resources. But what I figured out was actually not too bad of a method. So just to start out, I used like 6 prayer potions to get a bit of starting points, and then I got some absorption potions and overloads. And basically what I do now is when I get into the minigame, I get an NPC to hit me as close as possible to 51 hit points, and I have a bit of food just to make sure that I can eat up again so that they can hit me back down again. But essentially, when I get as close as possible to 51 HP as I can, then I drink an overload, and that puts me at 1 HP. And as long as I can maintain the rapid healing resetting of the HP regen, I can stay at 1 hit point. And then I just use absorptions, and the 1 damage helps the absorptions last a little bit longer. Right now I'm taking 2s, so it's not the greatest, but it's better than nothing. And as you can see, I'm actually more than profiting on my points, which is what matters to me. It's a little bit less AFK than I'd want it to be, because I do have to essentially keep clicking rapid heal for as long as I'm in the minigame to make sure that I don't take too much damage, because as soon as I heal 1 HP, all of my absorptions become less useful. So, I also have to kind of use the area to my advantage a little bit to only tank one of these at a time, so I don't take too much damage by corner safe spotting them. But overall, it's very good XP because, well, I get to actually have my stats up because I don't really have any potions. There's also some nice buffs in here, like the power surge with special attack. That actually gives me some pretty good XP, so it's not too bad overall. And it's not as great as pest control in the sense that it doesn't give me passive prayer XP, but it's definitely good combat XP, so I'll probably spend a bit of time in this minigame, and the points don't really do anything for me, unfortunately. Besides the fact that maybe when I accumulate a bunch of them, I could probably start AFKing a little bit more because I'll be profiting a bit more on points. But yeah, really, I can't really do too much with the points. I can get redirect scrolls is basically the only thing I can do if I ever make house tabs. But yeah, otherwise, pretty good minigame in terms of XP for what it gives me, so I'll probably spend a bit of time in here. Alright, so the video is starting to get a bit long right now, so I'm going to try to keep the clips a bit shorter, but I do need to say something. So for now, I basically got 81 defense, 81 attack, and 77 HP from Nightmare Zone. So hopefully that's enough for things like Volcanic Mine, the Sins of the Father quest boss, and anything else I could need it for. And I also did get 100 combat, which is really good, because that means I unlock the final boat in Pest Control. But unfortunately, for Volcanic Mine, there's two things. First of all, I need Numulite to enter every game, and the only way that I can get enough Numulite is by actually doing the minigame to sustainably get enough Numulite. If I do this boosting method, it will not be possible. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to suck it up and use my food. I don't have a lot of sharks, and my next best thing is Swordfish, which isn't going to be good enough, especially not at my hit points level. So I've been doing a lot of thinking, and the reason I'm really rushing Volcanic Mine right now at my stats is because it's strictly because I need to get ores to get 60 fletching for Sins of the Father. But I calculated that I could get nearly 150k fletching XP if I make the rest of my woodcutting logs into longbows on the grind to 70 woodcutting, because that is also a soap wreck that I need to get. So I'm thinking that seems a lot better than making 9,000 steel bars from Volcanic Mine and risking dying, turning all those bars into javelin tips to get 60 fletching. So I think I'm going to take another really big detour and make my first Song of the Elves requirement that I'll be getting on my account, Woodcutting. And don't worry, I didn't unlock Volcanic Mine for nothing. I'm still going to get 70 mining there. Like, there's no way I'd ever be doing temple trekking tomes for 70 mining. And anyways, I do need 70 smithing, and that's definitely going to take a lot of ores. But I figured making javelin tips is a bit of a waste of smithing XP, because now with Giant's Foundry, the new minigame, I can actually make plate bodies or something else like that and reuse them in the forge for even more smithing XP. So it just makes sense to do it this way and maximize my smithing XP, because this is going to take a lot more ores than the grind to 70 mining anyways. So yeah, it just makes sense. And try to get all my fletching XP from logs. I'll still be about 50k XP away, but I figure I can just do another minigame, like get a couple maple logs from BA. It wouldn't take too long just to finish it up to 60 fletching. So I think this is what I'm going to do. But yeah, time to get started on this woodcutting grind, because it's going to take a really, really long time. Well, that was easy. No, but seriously, this took me probably around 30 hours. So there we go. I'm really happy to be done with this. It was actually not too bad. I optimized the whole process with the pathing and proper ticks and everything, so it was actually kind of fun. And I did get 57 fletching along the way. I turned all of my logs into longbows, so pretty good actually. Only 3 levels away, and I'm going to finish these last 3 levels for Sins of the Father at Barbarian Assault. So the low level gambles give you maple logs, which I can now fletch into longbows, as well as feathers to make arrows. So I think that's my best bet to finish up these levels. So off to Barbarian Assault we go. Alright, so I came to Barbarian Assault to get some maple logs from low gambles to finish up my 60 fletching grind, and I figured since it would take me about 90 gambles on average to get all the maple logs that I need, and I won't be able to do all of those in one grind, instead of just taking a bunch of videos of the gambles, I figured I'd just do them all, and once I've got all the maple logs I need, I would show you guys what I got. So I got all the maple logs that I need, so here's all the things that I got from the low gambles. I'm not sure how many I took, maybe 80 or 90. It was pretty close to average, but spent about 4 days here. So I got some nice herb seeds, which are going to be really helpful. Some herbs as well, farming seeds. Got some flax, got some useful runes, which is always nice for magic XP. Mithril arrows, which aren't too great because I do have a lot of adamant arrows. Some coins, oak planks, which are really nice. Some ores, which are going to help for smithing. Limpet roots, which are just a good secondary. And some other random items. And then something that was really useful was these emeralds, because emeralds have been kind of hard for me to get so far. But now I've got a huge stack of them, so I'm not going to have to worry about rings of dueling anymore. They're really useful teleport. And I think this is going to be enough. It's going to be really close, but I think it's going to be enough maple logs, just enough maple logs for 60 fletching. And then after that, we can get started on Sins of the Father, which I'm really kind of scared of, but also excited for. So it's going to be fun. And just a bit of cooked food and raw food. But alright, let's get working on these logs and get this 60 fletching, and then let's get questing. Alright, there we go. Taste of Hope completed. So yeah, I just ended up getting 60 fletching, not too bad. And then went with the quest, and as you can see by my supplies, I only used about 6 food, so the fight actually wasn't too bad. But yeah, the fight that I'm actually worried about is the next quest, so it's Sins of the Father, and I already have all the requirements for it, and I'm pretty sure that I also have all the items for it. I think I just need to get a ruby from an earth impling, not too bad, and then I can start the quest. Yeah, that boss fight looks pretty scary, so I'm going to be using Ring of Life, Phoenix Necklace, everything I got, so yeah, so hopefully that one goes cleanly as well, and then we have access to the Sepulchre, so very exciting. And there we go, guys. Sins of the Father has been completed. Let's go. Wow. It only took 1 try for the fight. It was very, very close. As you can see, I had no food left, 56 HP. I was ready to teleport out as soon as I saw another one of those lightning bolts, but thankfully, it was just enough supplies. Finished the fight. Super, super happy about that. Alright, so I now have access to the City of Darkmere, which means I have access to the Hallowed Sepulchre, and I have the agility level required to do the first floor, and in 1 level I'll be able to do the 2nd floor as well. So this is the moment I've been waiting for quite a while. It's time to enter the Hallowed Sepulchre, start getting some agility levels, and start working towards our 2nd requirement for Song of the Elves. Wow, thankfully I didn't die. I'm super happy about that, actually, because now it means that I'm pretty, the coast is pretty clear. I'm pretty safe until we get to Song of the Elves. I don't think there's anything very dangerous between now and then. Yeah, so actually, as far as the rewards that I got from these quests, this I'm gonna keep it, because I think I'll probably need it to like kill some vampire stuff. I'm just keeping it for now. And the amulet, the teleport to Theater of Blood, I'm not sure if I should keep it or not. I'm not gonna use it as like a method of teleportation like all the time kind of thing. I'm still going to use my minigame teleport to Shades of Morton, but I'm going to hold on to it, just never know. And otherwise than that, other than that, I don't know, I guess I can just go to the Hallowed Sepulchre. There's nothing else really. So yeah, let's get started on that agility grind. So actually a good reason to keep this amulet here and the Vire outfit is to actually be able to get to Darkmire and the Sepulchre without being attacked. So I'll be keeping the items just for that. But actually now that I'm here and started reading up on the minigame, I actually need quite a few things before I can properly play it. So of course the rewards are what I'm after, but to open the coffix I do need 66 thieving for any of the coffins, and I will also need 56 construction to build the bridges, and I also need a mithril grapple for all of the pillars, and I need mithril nails for the bridges unless I decide to do regular planks, in which case I need to get a bunch of regular planks. So anyways, I have a lot of preparation to do before I can actually play this minigame, unfortunately, and actually since I just defeated a big boss fight, Master Quest, I think this is a pretty good place to end the video. It's getting a bit long anyways, but yeah, amazing progress this video. Got lots of great levels, got our first Song of the Elves quest requirement out of the way, 70 woodcutting, that was huge. I got a ton of combat levels. I'm feeling a lot more confident with my stats now, which also actually unlocks the veteran mode pest control, which I was pretty happy to get. And to finish it off, we got the Hallowed Sepulchre unlocked finally. Just absolutely game changing. So yeah, I hope you guys really liked the episode. I had a blast playing it. In the next episode, we'll be looking to start actually playing the Sepulchre and continue working on the other quest requirements for the Song of the Elves. I'll try to see if I can't pump out another video before Raids 3 comes out, because then I'll definitely be playing my main for a bit. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode.